years ago, my now ex-husband and I decided to adopt. We wanted to adopt siblings from our local authority, and we could have our own babies, but this was something we wanted to do with possibly the plan to add to our family at a later date. So we contacted our local authority to ask just for some information about adoption. Then we said that we would be interested to keep up to three siblings together under the age of 5. That's what we would like to do. I sent that email on March the 14th, 12 years ago. And I was kind of sucked into a whirlwind from that day, and very, very rapidly went through the whole adoption process, and were approved and matched and placed with our sons within 8.5 months. So we kind of thought we were all prepared, and it was largely what people do when they're pregnant. It was choosing cots and decorating nurseries and choosing gorgeous big double buggies and all of this lovely stuff, and probably less onus on the fact that we're going to be getting two very traumatised and broken little babies. But I suppose when you are adopting, anyone who's gone through the adoption process, that's the only thing you can do to make it real, because when you're pregnant, your body changes, and so you visibly have got evidence that you are about to be a parent. When you're going through your adoption process, you haven't, and you just, your life is normal, and you're going to work and you're coming home, but actually you're getting closer and closer and closer to having a baby, and it doesn't feel real. So I think that adoptive parents in the run-up to adoption probably spend 3 times what biological parents do, because the only way you can make it real is to just buy things all the time and fill your house up with stuff. Like I had a better craft cupboard probably than most nurseries, ready for them to get to you with every crayon and every glue and every paper you could imagine. And in hindsight now, like you know, I don't think, oh, I had it totally wrong and that wasn't the important stuff. It was the only thing I knew what to do to make it real. So the boys arrived, and we knew that we would be faced with attachment problems and some developmental delay. Obviously, they had been through traumas, and that was inevitable. And they actually settled really, really well. I remember my ex-husband thought I had passed out on the bathroom floor about 8 nights in. So we went to the final visit of the foster carers' home to bring them home. So we drove there, just us, and we just drove back with a 10-month-old and a 22-month-old in the back of the car. Like, it was just absolute shell shock. And about 8 nights in, he found us on the bathroom floor, and he panicked, come running in. The boys were in the bath, and I'd actually fallen asleep. Like, you wouldn't even think it was possible. I'd keeled over asleep on the floor. It was just so exhausting. And my youngest son just didn't sleep. He just didn't sleep. He would nap a little bit through the day, but he just didn't sleep. So what we didn't know then was that was the start of a 6-year journey of him not being able to sleep through the night. Me eldest little boy, he would kind of rock back and forth all night during the night. So his dad, for about 6 months, slept in his cot with him, curled up in a ball, so that when he was rocking, it was his arm he was banging onto rather than banging his head on his cot. And they settled, and they felt safer and secure. And but this whole time, we kind of knew, even before the boys were placed, that they had a full sibling on the way. And she was born in the March after the boys came to live with us in the January. And we brought her home at 10 months old. So for a little while, they were all under 3. So she was with us before my eldest son's 3rd birthday. So that was, and I think when I look back now, and it was, I feel so lucky, because it was very, very hard. And I did remember I would have one on my back in a carrier and 2 in a double buggy, all still in nappies, all drinking out of bottles, all in high chairs. And I naively always thought, this is as hard as it gets. This is as hard as it can get. You're literally having to carry them and feed them and oh my goodness, that was, though they were the easiest times, definitely, for us and for them. I think life was a lot less complex for them because they just had to navigate their home and the world that we kind of made safe for them. That's all they had to navigate.